Mic check, mic check. What up? It's your boy Claymore Rain. This is the ATP Combat Media Show. This is a follow-up video to last night's events. Sorry, guys, I couldn't drop it last night. Way too tired. End up waking up late this morning to get to the job. You know what I mean? And that's how it goes sometimes, right? But I promise you guys to get back to you guys and always be here with my perspective on this game we call love boxing. It's not even a game, right? We don't play boxing, but the sport we love called boxing. Man, last night, what a great event. Congratulations to Devin Haney. Congratulations to, congratulations to Eddie Hearns as well, right? Promoting a great event. It ended up being okay as far as, supposedly selling 16 to 17,000 seats. That's another conversation, right? But congratulations to these guys. What do I think of this fight? Man, great fight. Devin Haney checked a lot of boxes last night. I think Regis Prograis was just outclassed, and Devin Haney just showed the world that there are levels to this game. And at the end of the day, the old saying holds so true. Skills pay the bills. A lot of guys are getting through in this boxing game right now, and this is why the best have to fight the best. Because you can see a fighter show you how exciting he is, how explosive he can be. But until he's actually challenged and fighting the best, we don't know where he is on the levels. I refer back to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, where Terrence Crawford, when it finally came into that right match, Terrence Crawford exposed and showed that there were levels to this game. There just is. Shout out to Errol Spence, shout out to Terrence Crawford, shout out to all the boxers. We respect all these athletes across the board because at the end of the day, they're doing things that we can't do, and we have to respect them. But just being unbiased and speaking the truth from our perspective, from the outside looking in, skills pay the bills. Devin Haney was able to show that Regis Prograis was lacking in his foot movement. He just didn't have it. Also, the game plan. Regis's corner failed Regis, in my opinion, allowing Regis to go through this fight and actually try to out jab or jab with Devin Haney just didn't make sense to me. His reach wasn't there. The skill set wasn't there. We all knew going into this fight that Regis Prograis was not going to be able to box with Devin Haney. That his path to victory was going to be bullying Devin Haney, walking him down, cutting the ring off on him, working the body. Where was it? I did not see it at all last night. So Regis and his team need to take a demerit, right? That's my kid's school. A demerit for that. Lacking. You saw that Regis's corner had no answers. They had no answers, Sway. They don't have the answers. As Devin Haney was able to just walk Regis down at certain points in the match as well, pushing Regis back. The jab was on showcase last night. It was there for the world to see. If you want to learn how to jab, guys, if any of you guys never had questions about how to jab, go to the video. Go to the fight of Regis Prograis and Devin Haney. The jab was on showcase. It was there to be seen. But Devin Haney was also mixing it up, walking Regis Prograis into uppercuts, even attacking the body at times, just really making it very, 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 very difficult for Regis Prograis to get any type of game plan going. Really just dominated Regis Prograis, a shutout fight, all three judges, 12 zip. I mean, that's impressive. The only thing I would say from Devin Haney that I would if there's anything that was missing, and I hate to be the guy who brings any bad news or sheds any type of shadow over somebody's a star power, right? But I do think that Devin Haney, there were opportunities for Devin Haney to go up into a second gear and finish Regis. I think he was there to be finished, and I just feel like Devin played it safe. But what do you say? At the end of the day, the performance was dominating. Way more good than bad. If there was anything bad, that'd be it. I'd say was just the killer instinct. When the blood is in the water, how do you react? We talk about these fighters and we try to be as unbiased as possible, so we have to hold them accountable. The conversation's always been Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney, all these other fighters, right? That are who's going to be the face of boxing for the era. And the reason one of the main reasons Gervonta Tank Davis checks the boxes for most fans as far as being the face of boxing. It's because of it's because of the way he's able to sniff the blood in the water. When he sees you hurt, he will go in there and finish you. This is what makes him popular. This is what makes him sell so many pay-per-views. This is what makes him such an exciting fighter. This is why he doesn't need belts. He doesn't need to chase belts in order to for his star power to grow. The way he fights, Terrence Crawford does the same thing. When he smells the blood in the water, they're going to go in there and finish you. Jerron Boots Ennis smells the blood in the water. They're going to come in there and finish you. David Benavidez, you can go down the list. Canelo Alvarez, when the blood is in the water, the shark is going to smell that blood. They're going to taste that blood, and their instinct is going to be to kill. Devin Haney didn't check that box last night. I don't know if he needs to, though, as far as his effectiveness in winning these matches. He didn't run last night. He wasn't on his wheels. He stayed in the pocket. Obviously he didn't stay there to get punched. He moved, but he didn't, just sit there and just beg for space all night long. He didn't just run all night long. He sat there and really just outclassed this guy. Hurt Regis Prograis at least 3 times, if not 4 different times, really hurt him, had him shaky on his legs. And like I said, I thought he would have took those opportunities to put a stamp, because I really think if he would have stopped Regis Prograis last night, or even had the towel thrown in, or even just instinctively reacted and showed that he has that in him, I think that would have really put him and cemented a good argument for him to be one of the faces of boxing. One of the faces, I'm not going to say the face, but definitely in the conversation, and as far as his star power and his sellability, that would have really cemented that as well. But I still think he really fought a good fight last night. He really just did. Kept turning Regis Prograis. Regis didn't have any answers. His footwork is that heel to toe thing he does it's just horrible. Just horrible. Just Devin was just playing with his food, just turning him. So many times in the night, throwing Regis off balance. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, that first knockdown was really a mixture of timing as far as the punching was concerned, but also just a lack of balance on Regis Prograis' side of the ring. But great fight. Congratulations to Devin Haney. Looking for more. What does he go on from here? Well, from here, he has, the world is his oyster. From what I understand, Bill is still entertaining, going up to 147 and taking some fights. But, I think they highlighted and put a stamp on that. They were looking to have a fight, maybe 2 max at that weight class. I don't think they're trying to bring Devin up to 147 pounds. But, just wanting to test him and giving him an opportunity to be a 3 weight class champion, weight division champion, which is okay. I think he needs to be very selective. I think there's a lot of killers up in 147 for Devin. Skills do pay the bills, but at the end of the day, what's the old saying? A big fighter always beats a big good fighter. A big great fighter always beats a smaller greater fighter, right? When everything matches up, all the intangibles start to become valid and legitimate, right? When everything is even, it's the intangibles. The size starts to matter. The power starts to matter. The experience starts to matter. All these things start to kick in because the skill set is there, but it's just the intangibles that will make the difference. Regis Prograis, what's next for him? Well, he says he's looking to become a 3-time 140-pound weight champion. Honestly, he sounds like he's towards the end of his career. Really made it sound like once he was able to achieve that goal one more time, he's even talking about making moves. I heard going to maybe MMA, mixed martial arts, which, I guess it's okay. Why not? Why not? I can actually see him in mixed martial arts. I'm not too familiar with him in that space as far as whether he's been wrestling, whether he's been picking up all these different disciplines that he need to pick up to be competitive in that space. But, Regis Prograis, at the end of the day, it's a victory for him in the fact that he started very late in his career, starting at about 16, 17 years old. He's always been able to just win the fight based on the intangibles, not the tangibles, right? Like, he's not a really high skilled boxer. We all knew that. A lot of heart, a lot of will, a lot of determination, and a lot of just, God-gifted talent that he brought to the table that was able to bring him up to this level. So, we got to give him his praises for that. But once again, there's levels to this shit. And that's why, and I'll be honest with you, Bill Haney kind of expanded on this in his own way, but he expanded on that thought. In an era where people don't value belts, Devin Haney is sticking to the script of that, you know what I mean? Challenging champions and collecting belts. It's not just about the belts being just like these ornaments that you put on walls. And, I know people have opinions on that, but, challenging yourself and always focusing on being the best and making the biggest fights and looking for the people that people think could beat you, or achieving things that people don't think you can achieve. It's important. It's important, and the belts just give you a way, a path to do that. Because if you're chasing belts and you're getting belts, then you're 9 out of 10 times challenging yourself with the best that is out there, that the game has to offer you. And that's true. I believe in that. I'm old school when it comes to that. Like I always say, the grays in the beard would be more telling than anything. Been watching boxing for a long time, and just being part of both eras. Being from the era where everybody was looking for belts, everybody was looking for champions. Champions made a difference back in the day. Who had the belts made the difference back in the day. And this era where champions don't matter, belts don't matter. And I can tell you the difference is, as fans, we're not getting the fights we want to see because of that mentality. Money is important. These guys are prize fighters. But also, at the end of the day, as fans, what are we spending our money on? We're spending our money because we're interested in who's the best. And going into fights, understanding that we already know who's the best in the ring. We just going in there to see a knockout. I mean, that's cool or whatever, but there's levels to this shit. There's always going to be levels to it. You know what I mean? And this is not, direct messages or indirect messages to anybody. But yes, the Tank Davises, the Canelo Alvarezes, these guys and similar guys like that, you know what I mean? They need to, there's levels to this, man. And you guys have earned a lot of our respect. The eye test doesn't lie. We see the talent. But ultimately, as fans of the sport, we want to see you guys challenge yourselves. And we want to see you guys aim at the best. And yes, the belts intertwines or whatever have you with that. And I understand the sanctioning fees and the way the money works in the boxing business, that it's maybe not be the most, it might not be the most profitable way to get to a bag at every time. And at the same time, I also understand that, there is money there. Fighting Devin Haney is not going to be the worst payday that Gervonta Tank Davis has ever had. It's not going to take away. Fighting, Shakur Stevens is not going to be the worst payday he ever had. Will it be the greatest payday like a Ryan Garcia? Maybe not, maybe not. But at the end of the day, sometimes for legacy, we need to balance it out. We need to balance the legacy out with the money and make the best of what we got. But you guys came in here in the beginning of the game. I really believe most fighters started this game with those type of aspirations, to be in the same conversation with the greatest boxers that are out there, and that have ever been. And all those boxers that you guys had aspirations to have your name next to, they pursued championships. They pursued the best fights, the most competitive fights. Back then, money wasn't always there for these fighters. What was mainly there was the legacy. The legacy is what they left behind. You can't take the money with you. When you go, the money stays behind, but legacy lives forever. So I'm hoping to see Gervonta Tank Davis step into this chapter of his career where he's focused on some legacy fights and getting some belts. I'm hoping to see Canelo Alvarez make a decision as to whether or not, because he really has built a great legacy, right? But my only issue with Canelo is, don't hold those belts hostage. The division has to move on. If you're not going to fight the best, if you're not going to step to the best and allow the best to get an opportunity to also push their legacy, then at least at a minimum, have the courtesy to step out the way and allow nature to take place, allow evolution to do what it does. But that's my thoughts on the fight. Great fight. Next for Regis, he already said what it is. Next for Devin, I think, as far as all the champions are concerned in the 140-pound weight class division, I think Devin has super legitimate smoke for every single one of them. Anybody can get it. I do believe, but this is a guarantee that he's gonna he's gonna beat all these guys. I think it's a very competitive division. But I did see things last night where I'm like, all right, he's going to give issues to a Sabril Matias. He's going to give issues to a Ryan Garcia, or he's going to compete very at a high level with a Teofimo. That's probably going to be his most competitive fight in that weight class. It's probably Teofimo, because Teofimo also brings that pedigree. And the difference, a little bit of a difference between Devin and Teofimo is Teofimo does, when he smells the blood in the water, he knows how to close the show. He knows how to do it, and he's not going to sit there and you're not going to take advantage of his poor footwork. You're not going to take advantage of his IQ. You're not going to be able to be comfortable like you were against Regis with Teofimo. And, Teofimo might not hit as hard as Regis, but he hits hard enough. 7 pounds of pressure, get you out of here. And, you know what I mean? A lot of most of the fighters in the 140-pound weight class division are very capable of producing 7 pounds of pressure and causing issues for Devin Haney. So Devin, he's on the path to being great. He's on that path. Him and his father have a great chemistry and a great game plan on how they're going to approach it. I'm here and excited to see them go through it. But like I said, congratulations to the new WBC super lightweight champ or junior welterweight champ, whatever you guys are comfortable with saying. Congratulations to both these guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Is Devin Haney the truth? Are we done? Are all the boxes being checked? Is he still the most boring fighter? Does he still have all these issues? Or are we ready to let that go and accept and bring Devin Haney into the circle as one of the guys must-see boxing? Has he accomplished that for you guys? Did he do that for you guys? If he didn't, let me know. Either way, it's your boy Claymore Rain. I really appreciate your support, by the way. I appreciate the feedback that I've been getting from the subscribers. Guys, keep it coming. I love it. I love hearing about what you guys think about these fights. That's what this is all about. This is an unbiased platform. Watch out for my lives that will be coming soon, because I really want to interact with you guys. Really like to pick at you guys' brains, and I like to build, man. Let's have some building sessions where we're talking about real boxing. Fanboys, please, if you can. I love you guys too, but come ready to talk about boxing. All these guys are great boxers. Love the sport first, love the boxers second. That's my advice to everybody. But it's your boy Rain. This is the ATP Combat Media, and at this point, we out.